Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be looking at, I think it's part 5 of What is Civilization Started Over. In the last episode, we saw expansion across India. Ceylon expanded a tiny bit. We saw this new Lavender team, this new team. That's all the new nations. But we also saw a confederation here between Olive or Vomit team and this light pink team. And so yeah, let's get into this video. Oh yeah, the most major thing was this war. And let's get back into it, because wars is like what people like for some reason. And so we're going to see them. The red team, from their little landing they made last episode, they're going to cut off the blue team's capital province. And let me make a ocean map or like naval map real quick. And this is the naval map. It's not the best, but in this redder area, it's like where the red team has naval supremacy, but in the blue is where the blue team has their naval supremacy. And well, blue team is kind of cut off. As this nation, it's a buffer state, and the buffer state isn't really supposed to trade with them. But some supplies comes in from Hanan, but not enough to really keep them flowing. And, well, because of that here, we're going to see, just push back by the blue team, trying to, get some naval supremacy back. And so they're going to be able to at least let them be able to trade to the outside, which is going to at least be able to fuel their military for a while. But, that doesn't really matter, as the blue team's counteroffensive, it's starting to backfire, as a open line is going to send around a lot of people encapsulating here, or surrounding it, because with their military advantage, we're just going to see them collapse. A good amount of their troops were just lost. And oh shoot. Fall back on some of this farmland. We can get it after we, well. And so they're actually going to fall back to something that looks about here. And they're like, there's only one way we can win this war. And that is with this little thing right here. With them actually having the naval supremacy at the Capitol building, we're going to see the blue team almost is going to reach the gates of the Capitol, but they're not going to be able to take it. And the red team's like, we can probably collapse the nation within a few weeks, because there's no way they can collapse us without we reach up to here. And so they're going to be like, continue to try to make the capital fall. And so they're going to continue this operation, and well, eventually it's going to look something about this. They're going to take the capital of the, blue team, and they're going to retreat out. Here in the blue team, they realize that they're kind of cooked, and so they're going to tell all these military personnel here to not try to siege, just to go for it, and the capital of the red team is going to be taken only a few days probably after the capture of the red team. And, well, their navy is now in shambles, as they don't know who to listen to. There's 3 people who could be in charge. And because of this, we're going to see the blue team's navy completely collapse. And this is going to really put the nail in the coffin for the blue team. As the military, there's 3 sons who were the successor of the king. They did not have time to figure it out, So after the king died, the kingdom is in chaos. This region over here listens to one ruler, like right here. The capital area, plus like some of these lands right here, they listen to one ruler and the rest listen to another. Two of the rulers actually going to listen to the red team, as they kind of should. And basically, the rulers not in the capital areas are going to be like, okay, yeah, we can listen. We'll listen. And so it kind of goes like this. And the remainder of the blue team is going to surrender. And I kind of fixed up the borders. They're still kind of bad, but I like it a lot better. Oh yeah, but we still have these two landings. And well, they're going to be like, before we run out of supplies and inevitably perish, destroy as many cities as you can. And so some of the key areas to the red team are going to fall over here. But the military, they're going to get involved and be like, no you don't. And so they're going to punch through the lines here, causing this region to fall in only a few days, I guess, or weeks. I don't really know. And then this North Korea landing, or what's left, enough things to feed their troops, so they're going to collapse. And let's look at a treaty for this video, shall we? Or not video, for this war. And in the treaty, we see the red team gained more land in this little exclave. We see this new light blue team get made, this dark red team. These two both cooperated, like these were the two provinces. They also expanded a bit more up north. I think I mentioned this exclave. And the blue team, it's like right here now. And it's trying to get some of its colonies back here to rejoin it. But no one's listening for some reason. It's almost like no one wants to be with them when they lost a war. I mean, I kind of get it. I would not want to be with the loser if I lost a war. And I'm changing this color to be similar to the red color. A lot of capitals in a bit. What should I do now? Actually, in Southeast Asia, I kind of have an idea here. They have a little enclave, the dark green team. Totally not my map mistake. And so, a group of people from the green team are going to decide to settle in Southeast Asia. And, yeah, and they're going to kind of only claim this land. Not all of it's going to be, like, populated by them, but, like, a good amount is. And so, this is the nation. It's pretty cool. I use this thing I called it's a random color picker. I'm kind of running out of colors to manually find. And yeah, let's get back into what would be cool exploration. Let's go to India, shall we? Now, as we know, India, they are really powerful. We're just speaking this nation and this nation. These two were three nations, now kind of the 1.5, I guess. um, are pretty weak, and that's another reason why they united is because they think Bangladesh may want to claim this land here and like kind of split this region up with India. That's not in the union, but nevertheless, here India is good at travel, like eerily good at travel. Mainly it's water travel. They're going to hug the coast here, and then they're going to reach Oman. They're not going to set foot in it until, well, they get more supplies. So they're going to do another voyage. They are going to land in Persia. But as they're exploring Persia, it turns out another group is also Persia. And they found out because, like, a letter was sent to them, like, on their landing site. There's no, like, colony set up yet. Because they know there's a lot more other land to explore, like, that they found, like, basically what we call the Arabian Peninsula. They're going to explore up to what looks like here. It looks better than like that circular dot. But finally, they are going to do what they waited for. They land in Arabia, and Arabia, they find out it's like hot, hot. And so, yeah, they decide that they're going to set up a colony, and let's look at it. It looks like this. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have too many people, and the Indian person who discovered it, they are a world-renowned, well, I guess you can say, sailor. And so they're going to be like, we're going to sail around the peninsula that they think exists. They only think it's a peninsula. And so they're going to hug the coast, not making any landings until they'll reach Ceylon. And they're going to be like, yo! So it turns out this is a peninsula. And then they're going to send like other people here. They're going to avoid the mountains because there's mountains here. They're kind of inland. It's pretty weird. And then there's a plateau after the mountains. It's really weird. And so at first they're only going to discover like this coast region. I don't. And then they're going to like discover it all. And they're going to be like, ooh, a lot more land for India, kind of Bangladesh to claim, kind of not. But this navigator, they're not done yet. No, no, no. Because they think there's land much more than what they know. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, there's still this. And so he's going to set off on one last voyage. He is 7 years old. And he says he's not coming back, or he probably will not come back. And this will be the last. One day later, the king of India will die before his voyage. He will take the throne and say, this may be the last time I ever come back to India. But I will discover new lands that will bring riches to the entire nation. And he sets off. His voyage is successful at first, and will even reach Somalia. He's next going to travel across here, reaching the Gulf of Aden. He decides that he is going to go along this coastline, and he will discover it all. On his voyage, they decide that it'd also be smart to try to discover some of the coastal lands from, I guess, this region. He's going to discover this in Arabia. It looks pretty cool, but that's not it. Not yet, at least. And he's also going to travel across the Horn of Africa. And he is probably the most well-known navigator of history. He may be the most famous person of history who will discover the Horn of Africa. This is massive for India. They think they'll be able to conquer it all. On his way back, he'll make it to the Omani colony. He'll settle there for 2 weeks as he recovers. He'll come back to India, he'll go to the capital. 2 weeks later, he will die. He was gone for 2 years on his voyage across the Indian Ocean. And it takes around 1 year for it to get to the red team, and like another 3 months for it to get up here. But the news will rattle the world as they do hear about the discovery. And his son realizes that why should they explore the coast when they have a lot more inland in India to claim? he will set up a treaty where he decides a good amount of India, which he thinks needs to be more focused on than the exploration of lands. And he will mark that this boundary is going to be where India will end for right now. And let's look at what other nations will claim land and what new nations will form across this newly discovered land. Oh, that's not really supposed to happen. What just happened? Let me fix that. Cause that looks horrible on a map. Yeah, my bad. Should fix it? Yeah, I did. So basically, I'll add capitals after blah blah blah. India expands like we saw, but this gold team will form after the explorers who decided we're going to found a Indian colony here. But after they said basically we're not going to come back here. We're going to focus on the Indian subcontinent. They're going to be like, no, what man? We're forming our own nation. This Ceylon will expand. So will this pink nation. So will Bangladesh, and this new nation will form. And this episode hasn't been too eventful, but it says it's been 15 minutes, which I think I forgot to pause and made redo this. But yeah, this has been a kind of eventful episode. Like and subscribe, blah blah blah. See you in the next one, and peace.